Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Renee Poloba. I hope you'll stay. As a matter of fact, if you enjoy content like home decor, beauty, travel, insightful conversations, motherhood, etc., then this is the channel for you. Please do like and share and subscribe to my channel. Anyway guys, so I'm sure you would have seen that I did my skincare routine in the previous video. I'm feeling a bit cold, so I changed into hubby's gown because it's warmer than mine. Anyway, asikolapo. So I thought let me share with you the products that I'm now using because it's been a while since I did a skincare routine. Yeah, and I guess a few things have changed. So let me just grab the products so I can show them to you. Okay guys, so I have changed my skincare and basically how I got to change my skincare is I went for a massage that was a while ago, like sometime last year, and I did a massage and a facial actually, and then she was using specific products, and then she looked at my skin and she suggested this product. It's called Nimue, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, skin technology. So she suggested that I use this skin product, right? And I tried it. So I bought the starter pack. It's like the small, it's like travel size products, right? And I think there was like 5 products in there. I bought that just to try it out, and that lasted me like 2 months. So I thought, okay, why not just buy it and see if it will work for me. And I actually enjoyed the product. A lot of people were commenting on how beautiful my skin looked. So I decided now when I had money, because sana yadura angifuna ukungasho, yeah, if you know from my previous video, stock fell vibes. Yes, when Manghola, like I decided, okay, why not buy this product, even if it's just 3 items from the range. Yeah, because I mean, if the travel size packages lasted me like 2 months or so, then I expect these to at least last like, I don't know, 6 months. We'll see. So the trick with these is that you don't use a lot, literally 1 pump for the cleanser, a small drop for the same 1 pump for the exfoliator, as well as a small drop for the moisturizer or the day cream. So I'm expecting it would last longer. Mara, the day cream, I'm suspect. Anyway, in terms of whether it would last longer. So this is the cleanser. It's a cleansing gel. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it's a cleansing gel. Yeah, this guys was $528, so 528 for this. I'm really enjoying the cleanser. And then I also got the exfoliating enzyme. So yeah, that's how it looks. This is a little bit more pricey. It's 767, and this, guys, literally I only use two or 3 times a week, and it's better to use it at night as opposed to during the day like I just did. But it's because sometimes at night I don't have sufficient time because motherhood is killing a girl. Okay. Diagoa, don't see me laughing like this, but anyway, so yeah, this is better used at night and literally like 2 or 3 times a week. So I hadn't used it in a while, and I thought today let me just use it just for the purposes of showing you guys. And then the day cream, that's how it looks. It's quite small. It's the smallest one actually of the 3, and it's the most expensive one. It's 870. Yeah, so in total I spent around 2.1 or 2.2 if I round it off for these 3 products, but I am loving them. I will give you a skin review, or not even a skin review, right? Because I already told you I love the products, but maybe I might change, who knows. So I'll give you a skin review, but I'll also tell you how long they last once I get through these and whether it's actually worth purchasing them. So the one thing that they did tell me is that these are so the ingredients are very intense, and that's why they always recommend just using a little bit at a time, and that's why it should last like maybe 4 to 6 months depending on how you use it. So yeah, so that's that. And then of course my sunscreen, guys, my sunscreen does not change, honey. Okay, it doesn't change. I lost the lid, but it's always going to be Bionic Hair. Always. I have not found a sunscreen this good. When I got the travel package of that product, it still wasn't for me as good as this one. Firstly, it wasn't 50 plus, what do you call this? You know, lento sunscreen man, when they say 20 plus or whatever, it wasn't 50 plus, I think it was 20 or 30. And then it was fine, man, on the skin, it was fine. But what I like about this one is that it doesn't leave that white residue. It's like the perfect skincare. Anyway, so basically that's what I use for my sunscreen. Okay, guys, so now I'm gonna quickly just do a get ready with me. I hope I don't take too long because me and my daughter are going to a birthday party, a kiddie's birthday party. She's gonna barge in here every 5 minutes asking me if I'm done. So I want to do a quick makeup face, get ready with me. I don't need to do makeup today. It is a kiddie's party, but I feel like doing it because there's one thing that I want to test out. Actually, let me grab it and show it to you. So the one thing I want to try with you guys is this Maybelline Superstay foundation, right? So I bought this last time. You would have seen in the vlog, the wedding vlog, right? I bought this. I normally use Fit Me for my everyday makeup. This is like the best one for me. I've tried this once before, but that day I forgot to put a primer. In fact, my primer had run out, so I've tried this before and I did not like how it stuck. So I thought, let me quickly do a get ready with me with this one and let's see how it goes. I'll wear it the whole day. It says it's meant to last 30 hours. I'm sure you guys would have seen, if you are on social media, that there was a time where influencers were literally doing like campaigns for these two. This is my go-to girl, always standard. Anyway, so while I do my get ready with me, I'm actually gonna have a quick chit chat, just to talk about where I am mentally. And yeah, hey, as we grow, as we live, we grow and we learn. Anyway, what shade is this? Okay, so this is shade 61 Warm Bronze. So I'm not going to be telling you everything that I use. I'll just highlight things that I might think are important or maybe I like. Yeah, but the rest of it is just going to be a good chit chat. Okay, girl. So I'm just going to grab a mirror to make it easier for myself. Ignore my mirror. Hopefully you can see me clearly, but my eyes always do this. Like, this is why I can never survive with like individual lashes, because my eyes produce so much water. Anyway, I see collab. Yo, guys, okay, so a lot has been on my mind. Basically, I want to have more conversations on this channel, right? I'm still planning it out. So, like, yeah, it's a lot. Guys, I bought this from Mr. Price for 60 Rand. I actually love it. It's called Quick Face Brow Defining Pencil. So it's got this brush thing. I think it's called a spoolie. And then it's got the liner thing. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this. I used to just use like a normal liner for my brows. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I want to, have more impactful conversations, in terms of just life, man. The older you grow, the more hectic life is. We were having a conversation with my friends and we were talking about how now we understand why our mothers always appeared upset, because sana it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. That conversation was sparked by, I was just telling one of my friends how I've been grumpy for like the past 3 weeks, right? I went through like a phase where I was seriously grumpy, and then I was sick. I was grumpy the 1 week from stress from work, and then I was sick, and then I just couldn't get myself out of that mood, and literally to a point where hubby will try and have a conversation and I'm like, and it's not because I don't want to talk to him, but it's more of I'm so tired and I'm so stressed that all my mind is thinking about is the amount of work that I need to do etc., etc. And so me and my friends were talking about how we realize now why our parents were just sometimes grumpy. It's because there was a lot, like, yeah, adulting is a lot, guys. It's a lot. Anyway, and that's why I want to have like meaningful conversations, and maybe conversations that can help us grow, man, I don't know what's wrong, but it's fine. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So basically, that's what's like sparked the conversation, because like, umko is real, guys. It is real, because the more you talk to people, the more you realize that no, it's not you alone. Hey, people are going through it. And yeah, so it's just a matter of having meaningful conversations. Maybe those conversations might change somebody else's perspective. Yeah, who knows? And also it's just helps in the process of self-discovery. Yeah, so anyway, so in our conversation, we ended up speaking about this book called Attached. I'll actually put a picture of it here because it's all the way that side, my bedroom. So I'll literally I'll put a screenshot so you can see it. So we ended up speaking about this book called Attached, just in terms of, well, basically goisha in terms of life, and then we're talking about goishing in terms of relationships. And so my friend has been reading this book, right? And I had already heard about the ooh, these eyebrows are gonna be suspect. I had already heard about this book. Well, not even the book, but the topic, right? Because on social media, I think a number of people were like talking about the concept, if I want to call it such, right? So I was like, okay, I actually want to do a segment on that, but I can't do a segment until I've actually done, like, I've read the book and spoken to as many people as I want. But at the same time, I'm like, why not just have a conversation about it? So basically in this book, it speaks about your attachment style. So, and your attachment style is basically dependent on where you grew up, or how you grew up rather. So in the book, I already started reading a few pages, and like I said, like, I've been thinking about the topic or hearing the topic in social media. So hey, let me just finish these brows because it's so tricky to do this and get these brows right. Okay, they are half decent. A disclaimer, I'm not a makeup artist, so don't come for my makeup, ne? Just listen to the conversation. So anyway, so in the book, right, it speaks about how it's either you are anxiously attached, securely attached, anxious, secure, or avoidant, right? And then I think they said there are like 4% of people who are like a combination of anxious and avoidant. So yeah, we started having this conversation with my friends, just trying to determine how, like, what attachment styles we are. And basically, I mean, I've always said this, right? How you grow up or your environment determines how you view life, right? And that basically informs how you show up in situations. It basically informs like your whole thought process, like how you process things. Basically, that's, yeah, what they were also saying in the book, that however you've grown up will also determine the type of attachment styles. Sometimes it's not even how you grew up, because you might have been in an environment that was secure or whatever. But then maybe life experiences, maybe then you had like your biggest heartbreak and it changed your entire perspective on life, which then made you an anxious attacher, for an example. So it was quite interesting. And, from that conversation, I started looking at myself just to determine what type of style am I? Now, as soon as I read the definitions, I was like, I'm definitely avoidant. I'm definitely avoidant, but I feel like I'm a combination between avoidant and anxious. So the 4%, basically. Maybe I can, okay, let me do my eyeshadow. Maybe I can elaborate in terms of, in fact, I don't even want to say elaborate, because like I said, I'm still reading this book and I'm still getting my research done. Oh, where's this brush now? Sana, recording and doing makeup is very difficult. But anyway, we shall do it. So I need to wash my brushes. I haven't washed them in like 3 weeks. So anyway, yeah, I was like, no, I'm definitely anxious. I'm not anxious, but avoidant. But I think there are a lot of situations where I can say I've exhibited anxious attachment style. And that was, just in retrospect, I think especially in terms of my friendships, I exhibit a lot of anxious attachment. So yeah, it just, reading such books just makes you introspect in terms of, who you are and whether things that you do really work for you or not. And I'll tell you where this is coming from. So I'm that girl, ne? I check up on people. I like it. I love it when people come together. So I will be the one organizing, trying to make sure that people come together just for us to have a good time, to catch up. I would be the one doing that. And I know it was for my one group of friends, it was literally me and this other friend of mine who were having this conversation about this book. So, which was fine, I guess. When we were growing up, it was okay. I didn't even see anything wrong with it, right? But then the older I got, when I got married, I was one of the first people in my group of friends, like all of my group of friends, to get married, right? So I got married and I still could organize and whatever because there was no kids involved. Hey, 2 seconds. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I still could, check up on people, even though my work was hectic. I was working crazy overtime. And then, new wife things, you're trying to be imbokoto or isoja, like Zizi and Namsa would say. But yeah, I could still, then I started having kids and my time reduced. Like even the amount of time that I have for myself, literally. So with that happening, I then realized that it wasn't even a matter of me not checking up on people deliberately, but it's because I didn't have the time, And then I realized that some of my friendships, like if I kept quiet, we would actually never speak. Like, we understand. Do you get it? Like if I kept quiet, because I'm checking up on you person. How are you doing? Haven't spoken to you in a while. Hey, life, but because I was started having kids, hardly had time, couldn't keep up with life in general, I couldn't do the checking up. And that's when I realized that, oh, okay, if I don't say anything, the other party is not going to say anything. And so that's how some friendships just ended up, I don't know, I want to say, not even falling away, because it's not that thing of, I don't want to be your friend anymore, whatever. It's more of I guess maybe it was fine when we were in like similar environments and it was convenient for us to meet. But now that situations are more difficult, I can't be the one always checking up on you because nami I'm ngiyagoisha na myself. So in that instance, like no, it's fine. When we meet up in social events and it's fine. It's casual. It's no longer as intimate or in depth as the friendship was before. And that's what I've realized. And so I just started diving into why was I always felt the need to check up on people. Like I always felt the need to do it. And reading this book, I knew that it was coming from an anxious perspective. It was coming from a, I don't know, man. I'm an extrovert, so I love being around people. And the thought of my friends not wanting to be around me, or, well, yeah, would make me feel anxious. So when somebody was quiet and didn't say anything, I would then automatically go into the, ooh, let me check up on them. That's when I realized it's okay. So in that perspective, I'm probably an anxious attacher. Hey, time for the face, ne? Okay. So, hey, guys, makeup gets dirty so quickly. So I bought this primer. So it's a pore blurring and mattifying gel primer from Scarlet Hill, and that's what I'm going to use. I don't know if it's a good idea to use this with this foundation, to be honest. I don't know, because last time I used this foundation, it was giving me very dry, very difficult to blend, very, and I guess because, it is a matte foundation, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if using these together will work, but I don't have another primer at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and still use this primer. Yeah, guys. So yeah, and then me and my friends eventually were talking about, oh, now we realize why our parents, like, their friends were people from church, or, like, most of the time it was very rare to find them still with their childhood friends, except for my dad, from my perspective, ne? But that's because they were in a singing group together. So yeah, and I guess male relationships male friendships are different from female friendships. I don't know. That's how I did my eye. It will do. It's just the kiddies' party. So yes, then we were, so yeah, anxious attacher. Basically, you attach to people, whether it's from a friendship perspective or from a relationship perspective, from an anxious place. So you end up doing things that will, so you sacrifice yourself so that this person can actually stay, so that this person can actually like you or even love you, so you would basically, even if you don't like what they're doing, but you wouldn't raise the issue because you are afraid that maybe you'll lose that friendship or you'll lose that relationship, or this person won't love you anymore, because your value, I guess, in my mind, when I read that, I thought, okay, maybe your value is attached to what you do for them. So maybe if I check up on them, maybe if I suggest meetups, it will keep them in my life, or it will make them see that I care about them, for an example. So it's always coming from an anxious place, whereas a secure attacher is a person who knows they can be themselves fully. They can go through things, when they're going through things, and the people that are meant to be there will be there, basically. And they're not afraid to raise so if there's an issue or whatever, they're not afraid to raise it in the fear that if I raise this issue or if I express how I feel, this person will actually leave. So that is a secure attacher. And that comes from, when your parents or your guardians were available for you as a child, they were interested in how you felt. They allowed you to be whoever you are. So even if you would throw tantrums, they would still embrace you and try and understand where you're coming from. So it, like, that creates a secure attacher. Doesn't mean they don't correct you when you're wrong. Hear me right, ne? Doesn't mean they don't correct you when you're wrong. It just means that they are there emotionally. So you have that security that even if I go through this, I'm not scared that this person's gonna abandon me, for an example. Versus anxious attacher, where you basically also have fear of you've got a fear of abandonment. All of this, while I'm reading all of this and engaging in these discussions, I said this one thing to my friends, because it's been bothering me, right? When you start having kids, or when you have kids, you realize how much influence you have on them. You see, now I'm no longer doing my makeup. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna, afutile kalale angitembi, but anyway, let's see. Listen to the conversation Forget the makeup. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be full coverage as well. So I'm just gonna use a blender instead of a beauty blender instead of a brush, né? Because yeah. So I was thinking of when you have kids, you have so much influence on these kids. Like, you influence how they see life, you know? They learn from looking at what you're doing, and then they internalize it as normal behavior. And that scared me. It scared me because I was like, yo, Sana, what what am I showing my kids? You know? Like, how am I showing them what normal behavior is? You see what I mean? Like, it dries so quickly. And I should have just put it on one side of my face and then started blending, because it did this last time and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't necessarily appreciate this foundation at all. I don't like it at all. Okay, let me stop saying that. Let me just try and wear it for the day and see. But it dry, man, yo, Sana. And it gets, yeah, it feels like a concealer. You know, a concealer when you put it on and then you wanna quickly blend it out so that it doesn't cause that build up or that cracking. Oh yeah, for lack of a better word. That's what it feels like, and I don't expect a foundation to feel like that. So anyway, yeah, I was just thinking about the impact that I have on my kids. You know, like if they see me as a grumpy parent, you know, because I'm so stressed out by work, you know, if they see me not wanting to talk, not to say, Guti, I must be perfect, ne? We are not perfect, but just being conscious of the fact that they learn from watching you. It's so scary, guys. They learn from watching you, you know? And they learn from watching how you and your partner also engage in conversation and how you solve your problems. They can see, you know? So the thing that literally brought me to tears this past week, I do not like this foundation. I don't like it at all. I don't know if I'll ever use it again. Or maybe I should get a primer that is moisturizing and not mattifying. And this pimple. And then try it with that. Angas, guys. But I don't like it. And this, if you think this is not my shade, literally, I sat down with the lady from Discam and she tried almost all of them on and she said, this is my shade. So anyway, so then, yeah, the one thing that almost brought me to tears is when that 3 weeks that I was grumpy, my daughter then says to, me, Mommy, do you love me? Did that not bring me to tears? Like, obviously I didn't cry in front of her. Not that there's anything wrong, but I didn't want her to feel like what she said is making me cry. But like, yo. So she says, Mommy, do you love me? And I'm like, of course I love you. Why would you ask that question, right? Why would you ask that, my baby? And then she's like, no, because you're always sad and you're always tired. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then she's like, is there something wrong that I did? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, she is internalizing my actions. And remember, this is a child, right? She's internalizing my actions to, like, in her mind, I'm like this because of something she's done. Yeah. So that hit me hard. And that also just pushed me to, you know, just work on myself, be more conscious of like my actions and how I feel and my emotions. I'm not saying I'm trying to be perfect, but what I'm saying is these kids, they actually learn through watching you. They learn through watching you. It is really scary, guys. So I'm trying to see at what point what can I do to get to a point where I'm securely attached. That's the whole point of the book, as well as to create securely attached kids, because I don't want them to, live life with those type of issues. I don't want them to live life with those type of issues, guys. So, and I know I can't control every single thing, and I'm not trying to, but I'm trying to do the best that I can. The thing about parenting is that you are getting to know yourself in this role, but at the same time, you're tasked with raising these kids. Like when God says, he wants you guys to basically have a holy union so that you can produce a holy generation, essentially. I'm paraphrasing, guys, né? But like that, it's so difficult to be the best that you can be in all aspects while raising kids, and you still trying to figure yourself out because you're learning, but at the same time you figuring yourself out, you're still influencing and impacting them. But anyway, I got to a point where I was like feeling horrible, obviously. But then I told myself, well, maybe it's a good thing that I am aware now of my actions, and I'm aware of the impact that I'll have on them. And maybe it's on me in terms of what do I do to be more intentional, to be a more intentional parent? Yes, I know I'll be stressed from work. Yes, I know I'll be grumpy sometimes, but what do I do, just to be a present parent? Because also when you're stressed, guys, or when I'm stressed, let me not speak about people. Oh, I hate this foundation. Anyway, when I'm stressed, I tend to, it's a catch-22 situation, and I don't want this video to be too long, so this is the last thing I'm saying, and then I'm gonna get dressed and show you my outfit and leave. But when you are stressed, or when I am stressed, what I do is I will be grumpy when I'm with my family. Like, let's say it's a work day, something is stressing me at work, and then after work I will be at home, cook, spend time with the family, nighttime routine, etc., etc. But during that whole time, because I'm stressed about work, I am like annoyed, and I'm just like, can these kids just sleep so that I can do some work, or so that I can get some rest, so that I can wake up early to do some work? Then I end up thinking about work while I'm with my family. And then the next day when I'm at work, I feel bad because I didn't spend any time with my family, or I was spending time physically there, but mentally and emotionally not there, just annoyed at them, right? So, and when I'm at work, now I'm going through mom guilt. I'm going through wife guilt because I was so annoyed at them. Now at work, I'm thinking about them and thinking about how, oh my gosh, I'm leaving them to do this job, and then I'm not even, it's a catch-22 situation. Then you're not productive at work, and then you're not productive at home. And I refuse to be that girl. I refuse. It's challenging. Like, that's my daily challenge. I'm still figuring it out, so I can't say to you I've got a solution. I'm still figuring it out. So yeah, let me do my eyeliner, mascara, and before I even do that, let me just quickly contour with my dye hat. Let me quickly contour, guys. I need to wash my brushes for real. So yeah, guys, I mean, let's try, man. Let's try. Be better people. Not only for yourself, but also for your kids, for those around you, for yourself, man, because also you can't pour from an empty cup. So if now you look grumpy, then yeah, nobody's gonna want to be around you. You get. Who's gonna wanna be around you? Nobody. Nobody. But yeah, anyway, I hope this conversation was meaningful. Yeah, I want to have more of these discussions, not with just me alone. So, like, formally having guests on my channel and tackling different topics. So, look forward to that. I'm still also busy with my, like, decorating my home. So, I'm still going to be doing that. And then, yeah, I'll do vlogs here and there. Vlogs are a lot of work. They're so much fun, but editing them, editing them, the devil. Because it's like you have a million 2-minute clips that you must put together, and yeah. Anyway, guys, let me finish off and then we'll chat just now. So this is the final look. Like I said, firstly, but I haven't had the time. But like this foundation, even after setting spray, ignore the iron there. Even after the setting spray, Anyway, let's wear it for the day and just confirm what we know. But hey, I'm quite sure, man. Honestly, I'm quite sure. But I'm wearing this cute pink dress with a pair of jeans. My bed is messy and we're late, and Miguel is waiting for me by the door. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Otherwise, see you in the next one.